Well, hello and welcome to this edition of Talk Time. Now this week, we are taking another look at Palestine. And we are taking another look at Palestine for very good reason. A couple of days ago, the United States of America approved assistance to Israel to the tune of $17 billion. Now, this is the United States who says that it's against the atrocities being committed against Palestine, and yet it is the same government which is providing the weapons for the killings. Does this make any sense? We are returning to the question of Palestine because the genocide continues. We are returning to the question of Palestine because it does appear that the international community is failing in its duty and responsibility. What is the current situation in Palestine? What is the way out for besieged Gaza and its people? Welcome to Talk Time. Hello, welcome back to Talk Time. And as I indicated, we are talking about Palestine. And we're talking about Palestine with a very, very familiar face on this set. We are talking about Palestine with His Excellency Abdalfatah Alsatarri, the ambassador of the State of Palestine to Ghana. Your Excellency, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Your Excellency, what is the current state of affairs in Palestine? What is happening in Palestine now?
First of all, thank you for this interview, and I like in the beginning to thank all the Ghanaian people about their support to Palestine and the Palestinian people, this historical support from the President of the Republic of Ghana, the government of Ghana, and all the Ghanaian people. And I'd like to thank all the people in this world support the justice and the human rights and the international law. You know, this conflict, some people think start in the 7th of October. And some people, I cannot understand when they want to talk about this conflict. Now they said the conflict between Israel and Hamas. I don't know if they read the history or understand what's happened in the Middle East since the last 8 years to now. This conflict started from the first moment when Israel started to occupy my people and our lands, and our struggle against this occupation, the worst occupation in the history, started in the same moment when Israel started to occupy my people. We are suffering more than 70 years under this occupation, and you cannot understand when I say, I don't know if the people feeling when I say suffering, the word suffering under this occupation. You know, when you suffering on the day, on the night, every moment, you and your wife and your children, sometimes you cannot sleep, sometimes you don't find the water, sometimes the settlers come to put petrol in your car and burn it. Sometimes some settlers come to your house and ask you to leave this house. This house was to our fathers before 30,000 years. Or some settlers come to cut your trees, your olives. Some settlers try to put checkpoints in the evening with the Israeli soldiers, don't allow to anyone to move. So the suffering of the Palestinian people, nobody can know what it is meaning if he did not know the fact, what's exactly happened in Palestine, and try to feeling what's happened. It is not easy for anyone only to talk and he's not feeling what's happened exactly in Palestine. After the 7th of October, first of all, before the 7th of October, what's happened in Gaza before 16 years? What's happened? You know, Israel sieged Gaza more than 16 years. The people, Israel control the water, the food, the light. If you want to travel, the the sea, they siege it, don't allow to the people to go inside for a long time inside the sea to fishing, control everything, and the people suffering more than 16 years. Now, if you put cow in the corner and you want to attack it here, maybe she will be like the lion. She will try to fight and attack you like the lion. Now Israel put in 2,300,000 people in the corner. More and more and more and more, put them in the corner. What the people will do? When you don't find medicine to your children, more than 16 years sometimes. When you don't have money. You know, I am from Gaza. I am from Gaza, and I know all the families in Gaza, the streets, the people. I know everything in Gaza. What do you want from my people to do? If you control, if Israel can put the oxygen in glasses and seal it to my people in Gaza and in the West Bank, she will seal it. She control everything. She wants my people to leave their lands, their housing, and they want to stealing our lands and our housing every day. This before the 7th of October. From 1948, Israel bombing our housing, stealing our lands. Occupation, you know what's meaning occupation? The Ghanaians people know what's the meaning of occupation because Ghana occupied before. And what occupation do? Every one of us can ask his grandfather what's happened when some of the countries occupied Ghana. He will tell you. He will tell you how much your people suffering under this occupation. So more than 16 years, Israel siege Gaza and control everything. And the people sometimes sent to another country to buy their medicine to their children. They don't have money. There is no work. They're bombing from time to time. Before the 7th of October, Israel attacked Gaza in 2008. And they killed more than 2,000 from my people. Israel attacked Gaza again in 2012. And they killed 700 from my people. Israel attacked Gaza in 2012. And they killed seven hundred from my people killed. In 2014, Israel killed more than 2,000 people. In 2021, Israel killed, let's say, 7,000 people in this 4 attacked Gaza. Okay, what's about the people injured? How many? 50,000? 60,000? Most of them losing their hands or their legs or their eyes, and they're bombing their housing. The father built his house after 60 years. He's working more than 60 years to build his house. And it is easy for the Israelis to come after 60 years he's working, or 40 years he is working, to build his house to his family. It is very easy for them to send bomb and attack the house and bomb it. How's the family? Where the family will go? Where the family will go? From the 7th of October to now, the Israelis killed 34,224 from my people. And they injured 77,000 from my people. How those people will living now? How many people under the buildings? Israel killed them. More than 20,000 people. Believe me. More than 20,000 people. You know these numbers, what it is mean? When America attacked Japan with the big bombs, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, you know how many people died? 77,000. Now in Gaza, the small place, Israel killed more than 50,000, 34,000. The number we know it, and there is more than 20,000 under the buildings. And 77,000 people injured. How they will continue their life? Any person lose the father, how the family will continue his life? And what Israel think after this war? She will say, we have the victory, we win this war. How? Israel said from 1967 she won the war and she has the victory to the Israeli people. From 1948. Look for their victory now. The rockets come from Yemen to Israel, to attack Israel, from Iraq, from Lebanon, from Iran, and maybe there is another country in the future which will attack Israel too. Because this is occupied state, occupied another country, according to the international law. If Israel think if she destroy and bombing the housing of the Palestinian people, she will win the war, and she will say, we win this war. I think, wallahi, I think they cannot living in peace in my state. Their leaders should ask themselves, more than 75 years of the establishment of Israel, they cannot living in peace to now. They cannot feeling comfortable. Inside Israel, they cannot feeling comfortable. Why? Why? Because this is occupation. So now they want to occupy Rafah state. Every night from 1967, every day, every moment, they bombing our housing. Yesterday they killed 74 from my people. The day before they killed 79 from my people. Every day they killed from our people. And in Gaza now, no light, no water. The people, Israel asked them to leave their housing, to go to Mawasi area. They call it Mawasi area. And they left there. After they left their city, they go to check their housing. When they back, they don't find house. They know there's no house. They find only stones. They bombing all the area. When I saw some pictures about my city, I'm from Khan Yunis city. There is no housing. When the people back and I saw the pictures and the videos, the people not only don't find the housing, they start to ask themselves, where is the roads? Where is the streets? Because Israel bombing everything. If they think this will bring to them the peace, they don't understand. If they think this will be the last war in their history, wallah, they don't read the history. Because, Kusi, my brother, listen to me. When you see some of the videos of our children now, they talk about what's happened to their family. He talk about his mom, because he lose his mom, or his father, or his sister, or her brother, or when you look into the eyes of our children, their eyes, only their eyes talk. Their eyes talk. You see they are sad, they are very angry, and they cannot forget what's happened to his father or her father or her mom. What she will do when she grow or when he grow, what he will do. So the Israelis think if they killed more and more and more and more every day from the Palestinian people, this will bring the peace to Israel. I don't think they are right. So they're bombing now everything. In Gaza, we don't have anything, you know. All the schools, they bomb it. The hospitals, the mosques, one of the church, they bomb it too. So the people don't have anything to continue their life in Gaza. Israel think the people, if we destroy everything for them, they will leave their lands. You see, 2,300,000 people stay in Gaza, more than 6 months. Now 202 days, Israel bombing Gaza from the 7th of October to now. And the people stay in their lands. And they will not leave. And the Palestinian people defend about themselves. And on the Eid, you will surprise now. On the Eid, we have some food after the fasting. Our women did it. And they start to give it to the people. And then the children start to do like celebration on the end of Ramadan and Ramadan month and dancing and singing to Palestine and singing to their history and sing about their suffering. So what's happened in Palestine? It is the worst occupation Israel continue of killing and killing and killing and killing every day, every moment from the Palestinian people. Just now, before I enter the studio here, they're bombing one of our housing in Rafah. Yesterday, they're bombing 5 housing with all the family. They killed them. 47 from the Palestinian people killed yesterday, just since 24 hours. What they want to do more? This will not bring the peace for any person in this world.
There have been recent reports about mass graves that they found in the Al-Shifa hospital, 300 bodies. The Israelis say it's not true.
What's about the camera? The camera can say it is true or not true. Israel say she did not do anything. Israel sometimes, when she kills children, did not say we kill children. They did not condemn themselves. They cannot condemn themselves. But in the Shifa, look to the picture, look to the videos from there. There is no hospital. After they finish their work in the place, after they bombing most of the hospital, they burn it. They put petrol inside the hospital and burn it. Why? This hospital, Hamas, this hospital attacked the Israelis on the 7th of October. Nasr hospital, the same thing. Yesterday, 342. Israel open hole and put them inside, and then the people find them near the hospital, Nasr hospital. Yesterday, some of them were sick in the hospital. What's that mean? Some of them, they find them, Israel catch their hands like this, and then they shoot him and push him inside the hole, and then they come on, put the sound over them. Yesterday, not because I am Palestinian talk about this, or the Israelis saying we did not do this. No, look to the camera. All the TV go there and they show the videos from there. So Israel said no, we did not do it. They do it. They did it. They did it.
Now,
Israel all the time lie.
In spite of these atrocities, the genocide, everything, the UN is taking no action against Israel. Why?
The UN cannot do anything without America ask them to do, or if America wants anything, she can do it in the UN. But this is very important, give us the hope of the future, and it is not good to the Israelis. Look, now the world changed. I talk about the people, not the policy of some of the countries. Look at the support of Palestine in America, in the universities, on the streets, on the companies, in every place. Now, the president of the state of America, Biden, when you go to some place, some people go there and they attacked him. And they ask him, why you send the weapons to Israel? Why you take the money from us and send the weapons to Israel? They attacked him hard. The same thing, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the same thing, their minister, the same thing, all the leaders who support Israel inside America. Now the people start to understand everything about what's happening in Palestine. They don't know before. Because when you open the TV, your TV, to see the news, and you see children, babies, the bombing of Israel cut their hands, her hands here, his legs in the other side, his head cut and this side. And what the people were feeling about this? Now all the world start to change. The support to Palestine increased in all the world. And we feel with this. And we thank all the people in this world who support, not because we are Palestinian, because number one, we are human. The Israelis said we are not human, we are animals. Some of their ministers say it on the TV, we are animals. We are a human. We are looking for freedom. We want the justice, and we want the international law. And the people in this world, all the people in the world, they support the justice, and they support human rights, and they support international law. Their leaders, We will talk about this later. Okay. But this is not the support to Israel in the beginning of the establishment of Israel was from those people. Now the people support Palestine. And this is good to us and to the Palestinian people. Israel losing a lot of things after the 7th of October. Not only the support to Palestine. Some of the people who support Israel, they left this. They said we will not support Israel again because they cannot support something injustice. They cannot support army and soldiers and tanks and warplane attacked schools. You understand? So the UN try to support the Palestinian people, and she supports sometimes. But the policy of the United States of America, you know, you said in the beginning that America decided to give Israel $21 milliard. It's $29 milliard. $29 milliard yesterday they decided to give it to Israel. This is not only money. This is money and weapons. In the same time, look to this world, look to our world, look to this policy. America said the only solution for this conflict, the two-state solution. Okay. When the Security Council before a few days vote they want Palestine to be member of the UN. America using the veto against Palestine. Why? If you sit, the president of the state of America and the minister of Foreign Affairs of America, they talk about the only solution for this conflict, the two-state solution. Okay, let's vote to recognize about Palestine. They're using the veto. Why? And now the $29 million, they give it to whose? To Israel, to the occupier. In the same time, they decide to give Ukraine $69 milliard to defense about themselves. Look, $69 milliard to Ukraine to defense about themselves, defense about Russia. America said this. Russia tried to occupy it. America said to occupy Ukraine. They give the Ukrainian people, not the occupier, to defense about themselves. And in our case, they give the money and the weapons to the occupier. How we can understand it? I don't know. So I'm feeling comfortable about what's happening in all the world. It's okay. Now, how the Israelis can explain to the world and to the people in this world the killing of 34,000 people, most of them are children and women. 70% from this number, children and women. How they can explain? They want to talk about 7th of October, and the 7th of October, and the 7th of... What about before? In the first Intifada, I was in Gaza. There's no Hamas. There's Fatah and Yasser Arafat. And the Israelis killed 1,400 from my people. And they injured more than 20,000 from my people. There is no Hamas when this Intifada started in Palestine in 1989. In the second Intifada, they killed more than 4,000 from the Palestinians. 4,440 from the Palestinian people. There was Hamas, but it was a small group in Gaza. There was Fatah. And yes, Arafat was in Gaza. In that Intifada. In this Intifada. So, believe me, this conflict, not between, and sometimes I'm loving when someone talk, and this conflict between Hamas and Israel, not between Hamas and Israel. This conflict between all the Palestinian people and the occupier, and the worst occupation in the history, Israel.
Well, viewers, we are in conversation with the ambassador of the State of Palestine to Ghana, and we are looking at the situation in Palestine. We've spoken extensively about the situation in Gaza. We're now going to take a short break, and when we come back, we would look at the situation in the West Bank. We pay too much attention to Gaza, and we are forgetting that even in the West Bank, the destruction rages on. What is the situation in the West Bank? Short break. Hello, welcome back to Talk Time, and we are in conversation with the ambassador of the State of Palestine to Ghana. We are talking about the situation in Palestine. We've spoken extensively about the situation in Gaza. What about the West Bank? There have been several stories of atrocities and so on. Your Excellency, what is the situation in the West Bank?
The same in Gaza. The same. From the 7th of October to now, Israel killed more than 500 from my people in the West Bank. And in the West Bank, all of us know. Our government there, our president there, and Fatah movement there. So, in the West Bank, Hamas don't have plenty power and people there. There are some people support Hamas, but Fatah control the West Bank. And Israel killed more than 500 from my people. And they enter Jenin from time to time and kill from my people. Sometimes enter Nablus, sometimes enter Jenin, sometimes enter Tulkarem. Yesterday was in Ariha. Before 2 days, they killed 18 people in one night in the West Bank. So, in the West Bank, Israel starts to build of illegal settlement on our lands every day. They're stealing the lands. Imagine that you have lands and someone come and told you, you should leave this land. This was to my grandfather before 3,000 years. You should leave this land or your house. And they do the same in the West Bank. They ask the people come to open the door, and then they ask him to leave this house for my grandfather before 3,000 or 2,000 years. They try to control the life of my people in the West Bank. They're stealing our money, our government money. They're stealing from our light. They're stealing our water in the West Bank. They cut our trees in the West Bank. They do everything very bad against my people in the West Bank. You know, the settlers sometimes they open the gate of the settlement and they come out with the Israeli soldiers. And they went to our small village, people living in peace and eat from their food, from their lands, they have some small agriculture, and they like the same villages here in Ghana. People living in peace and looking for food, looking for peaceful life. And the settlers, after they open the gate and come out with the Israeli soldiers, they go to this village and try to attack anything in their way. Anything. I saw one of the settlers enter some place, one of the Palestinian people who have some sheep. You know, the settlers enter the place and they try to check for the big one is the big one, and they find the big one. They take one and they go. They're stealing sheep.
There have been reports of increased settler attacks.
Yes.
In the West Bank.
That's right.
What is the nature of these attacks?
Because now Israel government have some ministers, they support them. And they ask them, not only support, they ask them to do the same, to do this bad things against the Palestinian people. We talk about Ben Gvir, we talk about Smotrich. And Netanyahu, he has the same culture of these two ministers, you know. So the government, it is right government in Israel now. And she don't believe with our history, she don't believe with our geography, she don't believe we are human. This government don't believe that we should live in peace in our lands. They believe that all the West Bank, their lands, and they should protect all the Palestinian people from their lands, protect them, and stealing all our housing and lands. And they believe if we do the Palestinian life very difficult, they will leave. Because of that, and sometimes when you have small village and you have some trees, and you put water, and you put sometimes medicine to grow. And when it's grow, it's become very good, the settlers come and cut it to you. You understand what's happening? You can imagine. You can imagine when you have job and you know how much your salary, but you want to buy car, so you keep every month small from your salary. Every month small. Then you have the money to buy car.
Mm-hmm.
After you buy the car and put it in front of your house, the settlers come and put some petrol in your car and they burn it. You know what's that mean? How the family will feeling? How the Palestinian family will feeling? The Israelis will loving, will be happy. Okay, what will happen after that? What's about the son of this family? When he grow, what he will do? What he will feeling when he saw the settlers come and burning their car? Put petrol in it and how? What they will feeling? So the settlers increased their attack to the Palestinian people because the government support them. And if the Palestinian people, when the settlers go to a village and attack the people, attack the house, attack the windows of your house and the doors of your house, the cars, if the Palestinian people try to defend about themselves with the stone, and all the settlers have weapons. They don't come like this. They come with their weapons. With the stones, the Israeli soldiers try to shoot them and arrest the Palestinian people. This is apartheid. Wallahi, maybe I don't know if I told you or no. I invite the African ambassadors for dinner to talk about Palestine before 4 years. And in this meeting, South Africa ambassador, after we get our dinner, she talk. When the apartheid start in South Africa, I was student in the university. So I saw the apartheid in South Africa. Now when I open the TV to see what's happening in Palestine, I see the same. What it is meaning when the people in the West Bank try to go to the market or to the school, and you need only 10 minutes to reach there. 10 minutes only, the school or the market. And the settlers and the Israeli soldiers in the West Bank put checkpoints and ask you to go from this route. If you go through this road, you know you need 2 hours to reach your school. But our children go to school too. Some of the schools that our children need 2 hours in the morning early to reach their schools, because they put checkpoints and they close the door and ask the children to go from this route, go through this street, go. And the settlers standing on the checkpoints with their weapons. What's that mean? This is more than apartheid. More than occupation. The Palestinian people, sometimes you kill them without you shoot them. They try to kill us without they shoot us. I don't know if it's clear or no. But sometimes when the father don't have money, they don't have job, because Israel block his Jenin or Nablus and he don't have money to buy food to his children. What he will feeling? The father. And you have children, my children, if I don't have money to buy medicine to my children because he's sick, what I will do? How I will feeling? This is Israel. In the West Bank, there is apartheid system in the West Bank. This road, this street to the Israelis, and this one to the Palestinian people. The Palestinian people cannot use the route of the Israelis.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Palestinian people street, they put a lot of checkpoints. They don't allow you to pass fast. Wait. He asks you to wait. Only he asks you to wait. And if you are looking to the Israeli soldiers, you see him read the newspaper. Sitting like this and read the newspaper. wait. After 2 hours or 3 hours, maybe he allowed 1 car or 2 cars to pass, and then he closed again. What's that mean? I think this will not help the Israelis, but we are feeling maybe this is the first time we're feeling with very big hope that Palestine will be free soon.
Your Excellency, I mean, the destruction of social infrastructure in Gaza is big. Destroy schools, housing, hospitals, everything. What about the social infrastructure in the West Bank?
They destroyed before. In 2004, they enter all our cities and they destroy plenty in the West Bank in the second Intifada. And they enter our, they siege the place of Yasser Arafat, our president, more than 1 year. And they enter, occupied again, they again occupied all our cities in the West Bank in the second Intifada. And when after that they said we went against the Palestinian people. The same, you understand? In the West Bank, every moment the Israeli soldiers and the settlers do everything to make our life very difficult. The bombing in Gaza, maybe now because the Israelis working more than in Gaza more than the West Bank. But the life of the people, I told you, sometimes I kill you without I shoot you. If I do everything to make your life very difficult. I mean, you don't have money, you don't have water, you don't have medicine, you don't have anything to yourself or to your family. What's that mean? So in the West Bank and in Gaza, we have the same situation. But maybe now the Israelis bombing Gaza more than the West Bank. But we have the same situation. We are one people, not two peoples.
We're also going to take another break. And when we come back, we ask some interesting question, maybe controversial question. The Oslo Accord was supposed to bring peace. What happened? Short break. When we come back, Ambassador will deal with that. Short break. Well, welcome back to Talk Time. And before we went on the break, I indicated that we'll be talking about the failure of the Oslo Accord. What happened, Your Excellency?
Oslo Agreement, we signed it, our former president Yasser Arafat signed it with the Prime Minister of Israel, Yitzhak Rabin, on that time. After a long time of this conflict, you see, they went to Oslo and they signed the agreement of the peace. According to this agreement, Yasser Arafat should back to Gaza and Jericho, and after that the Israelis should leave our cities, all our cities and our villages. And according to this agreement, the establishment of Palestine should be after 5 years of the sign. So all the Palestinian people, I was in Gaza on that day, all the Palestinian people in Gaza and in the West Bank start to organize very big demonstration, support this agreement, because we want to see the end of this occupation and we want to live in peace on our lands. And we want to see the end of this conflict. We want to check for the hope of our children, for our health, for the education in our country. So all the Palestinian people start to organize very big demonstration support to this agreement. In the other side, the Prime Minister of Israel now, Benjamin Netanyahu, he start to organize very big demonstration against Yitzhak Rabin, and he talked very bad against him and against this agreement, and he start to organize very big demonstration against this agreement. After that, one from the Israeli people, his name is Yigal Amir. Yitzhak Rabin was talk in one of the places in Israel, in Tel Aviv, and when he came out to get his car, one from the Israelis people come from the back and he shot the Prime Minister of Israel. And he killed him. After that, after him come Benjamin Netanyahu. He won the election. And maybe less than 2 years, and then come Yahud Barak as a Prime Minister of Israel. And then start the second Intifada, because they went to sign a new agreement in America and did not sign it. So when they back, start the second Intifada. So in our side, the people went to the street support this agreement. In the other side, the people went to the street against this agreement. They don't want it. After that, some of the reports said that maybe someone don't like the Palestinians people, don't like our president, don't like our policy. They put something in the food of our president, Yasser Arafat, and they killed him too. Okay. So they killed Yitzhak Rabin, and they killed our former president Yasser Arafat, and they killed the peace process. From that time to now, the right of Israel win the election. And when I say the right, I mean the people who don't believe with our history, with our right, with our life, with our geography, don't believe with the Palestinian people. They're looking to us as animals, not as a human. Now they can win the election. And from that time to now, look to their policy against the Palestinian people, and you can understand everything. So we signed the agreement, and we think on that time that the Israelis will leave our lands after 5 years, and we were living in peace. And some people from outside, they start to send money to do some project in Gaza and in the West Bank, and we start to feeling that maybe we can living in peace for many years. But the Israelis don't believe in peace. And okay, they don't want peace with the Palestinian people. What they want, if they don't want peace? What they want? They want war. They want to attack the Palestinian people. Look how much Israel is losing now in all the world. They lose everything. I told you before, this is the first time I am feeling that this occupation, and I have very big belief that this occupation will leave soon. They cannot continue like this. The world will not allow to Israel to continue like this. Look, when the president of the state of America, because the support of Palestine inside America, he talked with the Prime Minister of Israel. Enter the helping to the Palestinian people, the water, the food, the medicine. 1 hour, only 1 hour. After 1 hour of this call, he asked the government for meeting, and he did everything Biden asked him to do it. He started to enter the food, enter the medicine, enter everything. So, because of the support to Palestine inside America, from the people of America, this the main reason which helped Israel when the establishment, in the beginning of the establishment of Israel. Now this support not to Israel, to the Palestinian people. So the world changed. And we believe that this occupation will go soon.
Is there the possibility for another peace process?
Now?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. After Israel, what she's doing in Gaza, continue the peace process? How? With whose? They don't believe. Do you think this Modric and Ben Gvir and Benjamin Netanyahu and some of another ministers, they believe to sitting with the Palestinian people? No. They said about us, the minister of defense of Israel, he said about us, we are animals.
Yeah, that's true.
You see? So, and we are in the West Bank, not in good situation. You understand? So they are looking to our president like normal person, and our government like weak government, not a strong government, and because they cut from our money every month and steal it every month. You know, of all the workers in my authority, from January before 2 years, they sent to them only 80% from their salaries. More than 2 years now. Because Israel is stealing our money. So, it is very difficult. In the West Bank, it is very difficult. Yeah.
Well, we're taking another short break, and when we come back, it is now obvious that Israel wants to internationalize the war. They are killing Hezbollah leaders, they are attacking Iran, they are doing everything possible to internationalize this war. What are the full implications of that effort? Short break. Welcome back to Talk Time. Now it's clear that Israel is deliberately trying to internationalize the war. They attacked the Iran consulate in Syria. They're attacking Lebanon. They're doing all manner of things in the region. Why is that, Your Excellency?
Israel not only attacked Syria and Iraq. Listen to me. Israel attacked Iraq before, when the president was Saddam Hussein. Attacked Iraq before. I think in 1981. Israel attacked Sudan. Israel attacked Tunisia when our president Yasser Arafat was there, and they killed some of our leaders there. And then attacked Tunisia again, and they killed Abu Jihad, the number 2 in PLO, after Yasser Arafat. They killed him in Tunisia. Israel attacked everywhere. And she think when she attacked more and more and more, this will bring the peace to Israel. Now, when Israel start to attack Gaza after the 7th of October and bombing Gaza, let's say something. Now, Israel may be surprised that there's some rockets coming from Yemen. Support to Palestine. Some rockets coming from Iraq. Support to Palestine. Some rockets attacked Israel from Lebanon. Support to Palestine. When Israel killed the leaders of Iran in Syria, in the consul buildings, she thinks that it will be normal. Iran, strong country, very strong country, and nobody know what's the weapons Iran have it, and how she can attack another country. It's far too much of Iran. You know, if the rockets want to attack Israel, he should go through Iraq and Jordan, 2 countries, and then bombing, destroy inside Israel. You know what's happening this night? Not only the Israeli people cannot sleep. I talk about the government of Israel, the people of Israel. You know what's happened? Because I opened to see the news on the Israelis TV that night. You know, America sent its weapons to defense about Israel. France send it defense about Israel. British, UK send its army to defense about Israel. And these 3 countries, when Iran sent the rockets to Israel, these countries, 3 countries, America, France, and the British, they sent some rockets to foil the rockets of Iran. You know, they maybe 80% or 88% from the Iranian rockets, America foiled it, and the French and the British. So all the world the big countries, these three countries, they send their weapons to defense about Israel, and the Israelis did not leaving their housing, sitting inside the house, afraid from the Iranian rockets. And I believe Iran have a lot of weapons. Nobody know any information about it. Hamas, Israel surprised that Hamas defends about the people in Gaza and about itself more than 6 months. Israel surprised. And some of the people in Gaza surprised that Hamas have all these weapons defense about itself. 6 months, more than 6 months, they cannot find the leaders of Hamas. This is the country which sometimes said, we want to go to some of the countries, we want to help you in the security, we want to help you in the technology, we want to help you how to defense about yourself. Defense about yourself first. So I cannot understand what will happen in the future. But after Israel killed the leader of Iran in Syria, she think that the Iranian people, they will say to the Israeli leader, thank you so much, take cigar, smoke, and drink Nescafe? No. The Israelis want a lot of wars in this world, and Israel the main reason for the wars in the Middle East. Because she don't believe with the peace with the Palestinian people.
Why did Jordan take part in shooting down the Iranian?
I don't think Jordan. I think there is for the Americans, I don't know what they call it in English, but for the Americans there is some lands in Jordan.
Military base.
Yes, and I think the Americans, because they have the same in Iraq and they have the same in Syria and they have one in Turkish. Mm-hmm. So when the rockets start from Iran, the radar of America, some of them, the America fall it in Iraq, because from Iraq they sent the rockets to fall it. You understand? Mm-hmm. Not Jordan, not the country, not the state of Jordan. Mm-hmm. Jordan, more than 50% from the people in Jordan, they are Palestinian. Mm-hmm. And Jordan sent a lot of helping to the Palestinian people, and a lot of cars with everything, with the medicine and the food and everything. And the king of Jordan himself go with the helicopter and he forward the food to the Palestinian people himself, to the Palestinians, not Jordan. Some people said Jordan, but not Jordan, the Americans in Jordan. And they have one in Qatar and one in some of the Arab countries. And wallah, this will not help the Americans and the Israelis, in the name of God. Look, the justice is the justice. And anything I like it to myself, I should like it to the people. Anything I like it to my children, I should like it to the other children. There is no justice to Ukraine. Look, the policy, sometimes some of the countries support and send the helping to the Ukrainian people. Okay. And in our case, they send it to Israel. How? How many justice we have? How many international law we have? We can living in peace. This world can living in peace. My people can living in peace, and it is very easy. If the Americans decide to the establishment of an independent Palestinian state on our lands, which occupied in 1967, it is very easy. It is very easy for them, and they know it is very easy for them. Israel, when Iran attacked Israel with the rockets, look to the state of Israel. First of all, the Americans told them, don't do anything. Okay. And then, come and show me what do you want to attack in Iran. They went there and they showed them. The American, this one no, this one no, this one no, this one no, this small one, it's okay. This is the state of Israel. 6 months. 6 months. She cannot occupy Gaza. And now she wants to enter Rafah. Now she wants to enter Rafah. In Rafah now more than 1,500,000 people. They asked them to leave their housing from Khan Yunis and go to Rafah first. Because Rafah safe place to the people. Now they want the people, they will ask them to leave Rafah and back to Khan Yunis, and back to Khan Yunis. If they don't find the leaders of Hamas in the north, in Gaza city, Nusayrat, Maghazi, Bridge, Deir al-Balah, Khan Yunis, they will find them in Rafah. You know, in the north they said for a long time they said now there is no anyone member of Hamas groups in Beit Hanun and Beit Lahia, 2 places, 2 cities in Gaza and the north. It is safe place, and this before 3 months. You know what's happened before 2 days? 2 days only. Some rockets from this area, the safe area. They said it is peaceful area now. There is no members of Hamas in this area. Some rockets from this area attacked Israel. From where? If they want to stop the rockets, if they want to stop this fight, if they want to stop this conflict, there is no way. The Israelis never will not feeling with peace without the establishment of an independent Palestinian state on the land which occupied in 1967, according to international law. If they believe in the international law, if we have one international law in this world, all the lands which occupied in 1967 is Palestinian lands. So they should leave our lands and take the settlers with them, and let us living in peace in our lands. And they can living in peace. 100 years, 200, 500, 5,000 years, they can living in peace on their lands. And this our lands.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for you too.
Thank you so very much for coming.
Thank you for you too.
And helping all of us to understand the situation in Palestine. Children are children everywhere. Whether they are Ghanaians, they are Palestinians, or they are Americans. And we have a duty to protect the lives of children. What is happening in Palestine is an offense against international law, an offense against all norms of decency. We have a duty to ensure that the genocide in Gaza comes to an end. Thank you all very much for being with us. And please stay with us, because a lot more is on Pan-African television. The best in everything, news, current affairs, everything is on Pan-African television. So stay with us. Until then, next week when we come back with another edition, it's goodbye from all of us, from our director, Edem Lumo, from the producer, George Binair, and from all of us at Pan-African Television. See you soon. Bye-bye.